Hello everyone, welcome back to GM Games. It's CoachFury here today, and we are back with our LaMelo Charlotte Hornets Let's Play series, seeing how we can turn, hopefully, LaMelo Ball into a superstar from his rookie season onwards. And we have got through the first season in the past couple of episodes, and we obviously got through the draft that happened last time. We had the number one pick, and we made that selection. We had a little bit of a chat about that. But we are firmly in the midst of free agency now, and yeah, well, I'm really happy with this roster actually, and this structure at the minute. When I look at it, we've obviously got most of the depth chart pieces kind of in place now for what I think the season is going to look like. As you can see here, LaMelo Ball is probably going to be our starting guard. I'm thinking, yeah, Bridges at shooting guard, Hayward. I'm going to play Miles, I think, to begin with, at power forward, just because he's 6'9". We'll run a bit more of a smaller lineup. And then I'm debating between playing possibly Gallinari, Michael Porter Jr., the likes of Bridges on Kongwu, in terms of those remaining positions in the front court. We haven't quite made our mind up there. And maybe Washington possibly as well. So we have a lot of choice in terms of front court, in terms of those swing guys. I'm very happy with where we are at the minute. So we are in free agency. In terms of our contract position, we do have 9 million to play with. Clearly, the gap that we have on the rotation is that we don't have another point guard besides LaMelo Ball. So that is going to be our primary focus for free agency, is just to get a backup point guard in, someone who we can basically give some nice minutes to take up some of the slack when Ball comes out of the rotation. So that is our focus. We are going to be basically looking only at point guard position, and I think we touched on last time that there was another certain a Ball family member who is available, but I think he might be out of our price range. He is obviously a restricted free agent. He does obviously have a tender offer in there at this moment in time. I think he's still in New Orleans, yes. So he is an option, but I am actually looking at someone like Spencer Dinwiddie, who I think could be a nice little option, depending on what his demands are. He is a good defensive, can handle the ball, can shoot, kind of what you'd want. But he's clearly asking for $20 million. Okay, maybe we won't sign him then. Let's take out the shooting guards and actually have a look at the point guards that are available. So in terms of our 9 million budget, there's not. Maybe a Derrick Rose type person could be an option. He's not the best defender anymore. We've got Peyton. It's pretty slim pickings actually in terms of decent guards. We obviously want someone who can pass and can handle the ball pretty well. So that's kind of what we're looking for. TJ McConnell is interesting actually. Passing and defensive ability is not bad. What's his demands looking like? Okay, so he's looking for about 10 million. That's probably in our ballpark price range. I think what we will do is we'll let it run for a little bit and just see if any of these demands change. So we'll advance one day. We'll obviously keep an eye on things and see how we get on. So right out the gate, LaMarcus Aldridge has re-signed with the Pacers for 1 year, and Whiteside has taken a huge deal to go to the Sacramento Kings. Yeah, okay. That's fine. I think we'll keep advancing. Unfortunately, these filters don't stick, but that's okay. I think we'll probably go for a couple of days, and then we'll have another look. See if any of the demands drop. Because I'm really what we're looking for here. There goes Devontae Graham for 4 years. What I'm looking for here is basically a 1 year guy. I don't want to have a multi-year backup point guard in terms of salary sitting around. So I'm pretty comfortable in terms of letting this ride out a little bit. We'll have a little look, see where the big free agents go on this episode. But that's our main focus really here, is just to get that done, look at our rotation and really have a look and see where we stand in terms of the standings. So Carmelo Anthony signed for the Suns. That's an interesting deal. Actually, that's a pretty nice deal for Carmelo Anthony, getting 9 million. And Winslow has signed for 2 years with the Pelicans. So none of the real big names have actually dropped off yet. Let's go one more day and then we'll have a look at the guard situation. So none of the real big guards are signed apart from Graham. which means some of their demands might possibly be dropping. So there's no signings today. Let's take a look. Okay, so Ball, we used to asking for 20 million. You're asking for more money now. 22 million. Okay. In terms of other guys, McConnell, what are you asking for now? So you're still asking for 10 million. Okay. Doesn't look like the demands of guys have actually changed yet, but we can start adding guys to target list, I think. So we'll add Ball to a target list, just so we can then just quickly see it really. We'll add Lowry. I'm just interested to see some of the. We'll add some of these guys. I'm just interested to see where they do end up really. Dragic might be an option. Dunn might be an interesting option actually. Obviously we'll look at McConnell. Patty Mills, you could be an interesting target. Granted, your passing ability is non-existent now, it looks like. Reggie Jackson, yeah, maybe. We'll add you to a target list. Let's sort this quickly by the passing ability. That's always a good way to get a snapshot. Jeff Teague, yeah, you could be a nice little backup option for us. Yeah, outside of these guys, yeah, okay, I think that's it. We'll advance another couple of days and we'll see. No signings again. Oh, it's been quiet. It must have been a weekend or something. We'll keep. Oh no, it's a Friday. Thursday, Friday. Clearly no signings are done in the end of the week. Are we going to get any weekend signings? And again, no signings. Nobody wants to pay the money. Obviously, with the 9 million as well, you know, I'm not ruling out the possibility we just don't sign a point guard if people are not for signing, but it's worth us just keeping an eye on things really to see if anyone does drop. So we've got some signings. Lowry signs 1 year, 20 million with the Heat. Aubrey signs a huge deal with the Golden State Warriors there. So it's got a team option. No surprise, John Collins has got a huge deal, $160 million. He was phenomenal last season for them. Thesis signed a deal, and Dinwiddie, there we go. Dinwiddie signed way too much money. We were never going to offer him that kind of deal, but he's gone back. He's gone back to Brooklyn. So we'll see our targeted players. Let's have a look. The demands are still there for Ball. Yeah, Teague's interesting, but his actual defensive ability is pretty much gone at this point. I'm very interested in TJ McConnell because he's not a bad shooter either. He could be fairly efficient for us. I think we might throw him an offer actually. I think we might just do it now. We'll throw you just 9 million, and it'll just be 1 year. Just we'll see if we can get him. We'll advance for a couple of days, just in case, you know, anything else does drop. We'll keep an eye on it. Fournier's signed another big deal. Parker signed a huge deal with. I'm surprised he signed such a big deal, to be honest with you, going back to the Bulls. Okay, so Ferrer's gone to Miami. Drummond's signed a huge deal in Cleveland as well. There's some big deals being thrown around. And we'll keep going. None of our guys have actually fallen though. Ball is still looking for huge money. And it looks like McConnell was not interested in our 9 million 1 year offer. So clearly he's got his eyes on something else. Just want to check when the actual end of the free agency period is. To the 4th of August, so we've still got a fair bit of time. So there's no surprise that no one's really fallen over yet. I mean, it's normally around 30th of July, I think, is when most of the big names tend to sort of fall if they've got offers that they want to take. So Duncan Robinson's re-signed. Okay, no real huge names though at this stage. I mean, we could force our hand here and just. I mean, it would be quite fun, wouldn't it, to just have the Ball brothers together. I mean, we could. I mean, I don't think we'll get it, but we could just. If we throw him a maximum offer, and we made it a player option as well. Making it. Oh, we can't do no term option because it's only 4 years. Make it a player option, just to see if he would accept it. If he would take a pay cut to come and play with his brother here. I'm sure he won't. I'm sure he'll get instantly rejected after this day, but we can try. Okay, so Burks has signed. DeRozan signed a huge deal with the Spurs there. Schroeder signed a nice deal. Harrell has gone over to the Raptors. Back has signed. There's some big deals being thrown around. Yeah, okay, so Ball instantly rejected that. I'm going to offer it again. Why not? It's not like we've got anything else to play with really at this stage. We'll make it a player option again. Oh, it's okay. I saw the flag actually say that we've got a full roster. Maybe we can't bring him in because we've got a full roster. Let's have a look. Have we actually got a full roster? Oh yeah, we have. Okay, so we actually do need to cut someone. We do probably need to consider that. We do have a lot of front court players. Have a little look. Let's have a look. Have a look. I mean, we can cut Richards, I guess. I mean, Richards is not going to get any game time with us. I mean, we could trade him. We can try and dump him somewhere, I guess. I mean, I'm happy just playing a bunch of forwards, to be honest. Let's try and see if we can dump Richards somewhere. Everyone's got huge cap issues, apart from some of the teams down the bottom here. I wonder if we just package him with a second round pick, we can maybe get it done. If we can't find anyone to take him up, it's obviously difficult to try and trade a player at this period because everyone's obviously got their eye on free agents and that. Well, if we can take him for a minimum, why don't we just take someone for free for a minimum? Let's just try and dump him. Grizzlies, you can just have him. There we go. Richards is gone. So we do have some space now. So maybe that might be why he wasn't considering us, but I'm sure it's not because of that. I'm sure it's just because of the salary. So we managed to clear ourselves 11 million there in salary. So we've got more of a sizable offer. We can make it a player option. And let's just see if he accepts it or not. Okay, so here comes Ball. Actually took the tender offer because he was getting 11 million anyway. A lot of guys have signed tender offer actually. Jarrett Allen has. Conley signed a big deal, so we're not going to be able to get Conley. Markkanen took a tender offer for the Bulls. Okay, a lot of tender offers being accepted there. So we do have 11 million to play with now, and I know I said at the beginning of this we were looking at a point guard. And we still are looking at a point guard. I mean, I quite like Elfrid Payton as a project. I wonder what he wants still. He still wants 16 million. But I would happily take you for a year at 11 million and just see how you get on. Perhaps we'll do that. I'll say I'll give you 11 at 1 year. And let's see. What's the latest rumours? There are no rumour reports today. Okay. So we've got a couple of days left. But I would take Payton at 1 year, 11 million as a good defensive guard. He's got the right stats that I would want. We can work on his shooting preferences. There we go. So we managed to bag ourselves Elfrid Payton at 1 year, 11 million. That pretty much completes our roster now. I'm very happy with that. I mean, there's not a lot else left that I would be excited to get anyway. I mean, Yeah, that's fine. So in terms of how we look, let's get ourselves to the through free agency, because we have no other places left. We'll have a look and see what the signings are, and then we'll take a quick look at what our rotation is going to look like now that we have managed to secure Peyton. So obviously the good thing about that as well, being a 1-year deal, is that it is nice trade bait as well. If we do see a star or something who's available, we can certainly try and see whether that's a possibility. But we are under the cap. That was one of our requirements, I believe. So we've got a whole bunch of signings here. McConnell actually ended up taking a 1-year $9 million deal. So took $700K more than probably we were offering him at the time. But there we go. I'm fairly happy with that. So in terms of our depth chart, where do we look? So they've obviously put Peyton in as the starting point guard, and I'm actually probably leaning with them on that one, because he has the playmaker trait. He actually has some good handling ability. It means Ball can play off the ball, which we did flirt around with in the first season. Hayward will stay at shooting forward, small forward. He's just a great shooter. There's no denying that. We need that veteran presence there. Miles, as I said, I'm going to play at power forward, but I'm really not comfortable with Gallinari playing at centre. I think I might give that to someone else. I'm just weighing up who, to be perfectly honest with you. I quite like the idea of Onyeka going in there. So I'm probably going to say you can play there at sort of there. I suggest the matrix. And it means that Gallinari is not going to play many minutes for us. I mean, he did put up some good numbers for us, and he is a good stretch forward, but I want to really give the minutes to some of these younger guys to begin with, just to see how we get on. And that's how we line up. I mean, the likes of Carey, I think, can go to the D League, and Martin and Brown. Brown is an interesting rookie, but he can definitely go to the D League at this stage, and because we don't need them at this moment in time. So Brown, I'll assign you to the D League when I actually can. We do have to look at rookie options quickly. Have we got any of these that we need to pick up? I don't think we have any rookie options that we need to pick up. Let me just double check. No, we do not. So we can advance through that period. We do have training camp. Let's get that one done as well quickly. I'll just get the AI to suggest, I think. Yeah, that's fine. I'm not too worried about that. Happy for them to develop as they see fit, and we will tweak as the season goes on. So, big improvements here, as you probably would expect. Huge improvements for the Bridges brothers. Hayward's attitude's gone up. Martin's improved. McDaniel's improved. Miles improved. That's good. They've all improved. Porter Jr.'s had some massive boost there. Look at that. Washington's improved quite a lot. LaMelo Ball, some really good improvement there on Yenka. So our young guys are definitely improving, which is good. So how does that make our guys look? Oh, look at that. LaMelo Ball is now a 3.5-star player. Fantastic ball handling ability. Good defensive ability. Good stealing. He is developing into a not very nice player. Looks like Hayward's looking okay. Miles is already a good player as well. He was off the bat, our first round pick. The number 1 pick looks pretty good. And Yenka, they've all developed, but LaMelo Ball has actually developed into a full additional half-star, I believe, which is great. So we'll do our D-League assigns, and then we'll probably end this episode there. And then next time we'll come back and do a bit of a preview. So Donnie Brown, you'll go to the D-League. I think we will probably send Cody Martin down and Caleb Martin down, I think, as well. I don't think they're going to get any game time, unless one of the Martins are actually playing. No, they're not. So that's what we'll send down, and we will advance that past that period. And we'll obviously advance the D-League draft whilst we're here. And yeah, that's where we are. That's our rotation. I don't know why it's suddenly changed it again, which is a bit frustrating. I need to put that back quickly before we end. There we go, that's better. So Bridges, Porter, yeah. Ball, Peyton, yeah, lovely, like that. So yeah, we'll come back next time. We'll look at a bit of a season preview and see how we get on from there. But yeah, LaMelo Ball, you're developing. That's fantastic news for us, and hopefully your numbers will be much better this season than they were last season.